Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of your favorite YouTube channel, Be the True Rich live stream. Thank you all for all the love, the care, everything that has been going on. Thank you very much. Hear your dreams come true. And every week, we're here to make it better and make you guys understand more of financial intelligence. And as we know, financial intelligence is your ability to solve financial problems. And last week, we had a very talented young man in the house. His name is Mr. Ike. He was here to talk about how talent cannot make us rich and advise us on how to better use money as talented people to eventually become rich. And we very much appreciate him, Mr. Ike. We very much appreciate you. Thanks for coming on the show last week. We learned a lot and he even ended it with if you don't have a talent, you should contact him for one. Okay, and us understanding financial intelligence makes a whole lot of difference when it comes to our talent and how we use our money. Because talent, like I said, can give us loads of money, but talent can never ever make you rich. Yeah. And today we'll be having another exciting topic today, and which is being debt free can never make you rich. Now, I posted the focus video on my channel, and the focus video talked about much about having to use debt, what debt really is, and why we should not be afraid of debt. And if it's going to be smart, if it's smart for us to be in debt or out of debt, and like I made it understood to us in the focus video, if you watched it, like I always say, if you check the link, the description of the live stream of the new ones I'm going to do, you would always see the focus video there. So it's just for you to go and watch the focus video so you know exactly what we are going to be treating and what we're going to be talking about. And in the focus video for this week, I talked about debt and how do we choose debt, what type of debt we have, why we should even go into debt. Is it a smart thing? Does it make sense? Because when we were taught that debt is a very bad thing, so we even make it prayer points that we should never be in debt, that we should never ever have to go into debt for any reasons. Okay, and today we're going to learn more about everything about debt, about how to use debt to achieve what we need to achieve, how to leverage on debt. I know I'm saying debt, 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 and a lot of you are like, "Oh, madam, is it basic?" That's not it. That is not it here. We're talking about debt. And with us in the building today, we have Mr. Jacob Ndimele. He is a vast entrepreneur, a professional in his field. Okay, and if you read about Mr. Jacob, there you've seen that he started with painting. Okay, he spent his due share in the insurance company, in the insurance sector, and now he is the CEO of Branched Out, a multi-functional, multi-purpose grocery and provision store. Okay, and like I said, everybody I'm bringing here is not coming here to speak grammar. Everybody I'm bringing on the show is coming here to share it as it is, firsthand, real life experience, how they go about it. They fit the profile, like I always say. So let us welcome here Mr. Jacob. Um, he has a lot to say. I would say that he has a lot to share with us. He has a lot to teach us, and I hope we're all ready to learn. I hope we're all ready to get something new from our interview with him today. So I would bring him on now. He's with me here in the studio. Yeah, so here I have Mr. Jacob in the studio with me. Okay, Malga, I greet you. Malga, I greet you. Yeah, I greet you. The whole world has been waiting for you. In fact, they have been waiting to meet our guy that wants to give them confidence on topic. In fact, a very vast topic. We always shy away from this topic in real life. Yeah. And growing up, we never ever saw it as a good thing. Am I right?
Of course.
As in, it was like, that guy they owe money, that guy they owe money. There's this thing, debt. Like debt. There's this way it goes down. It doesn't go well with us. Let me just put it that way. Debt does not go well with us when it comes to hearing the word debt. That guy is in debt. So we have a lot of financial planners telling us to get out of debt. Telling us to become debt free. Leave the debt system. So, Mr. Jacob, please enlighten our audience today about debt and how you go about it. Because I know you are in debt. I mean, you are in real debt, and you're growing a business. I know in debt. So let's hear it. Let's hear it. Over to you, sir.
Uh, Thank you very much once again. It's really a pleasure to be here to really talk about this. And I think let me quickly highlight this. The whole process of building a business is a humbling one. It humbles you, eh, such that even now, when they say rich people are proud, or some rich people are proud, I find it difficult to connect the two of them together. They appear to me like polar opposites. Like you mentioned, right from when we were young, they inculcated it into us that borrowing is bad. If you borrow biro at school, you'll be flogged at home. They flog you. Sometimes they'll come to the school, they'll disgrace you, they will flog you in the presence of other students, just to make you see that never in your life must you ever borrow something from anyone. So I think it has become part of us. It has become part of part of our growing up, part of our being. That even till now, when I relate with other people who are doing business, and I suggest the idea of them trying to borrow money, they're like, no, 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 no. I have to save it up. I have to do this. I have to come up with it before. It will take a longer time. No, 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 don't just tell me that. It's gradually, gradually. I don't want to be indebted to anyone. But like I read in one of the books, your money cannot power your dreams. The money you have, you're saving, can never be enough to power your dreams. Now you have to go out and then get help from other people. And I don't know, you used the word leverage earlier. Do people even know or completely understand what leverage is? I thought about it this morning and I said, maybe let me use something simpler. Okay, on my way here, maybe I saw a tree, a mango tree, with a ripe mango on it. How do I get that mango? I begin to ponder. I can't climb the tree. I can't. I want an easier way to get that mango. And what do? I look around. I get a stone. If I can aim very well once or maybe multiple times, I pluck it off. Or I look at it. Okay, let me get a wood or something, and I use it and I pluck it off. That wood used helped me to leverage in order to get that mango off the tree. So something that will help you achieve your goals faster. Uh, It's really a very difficult topic to some people. Some people don't want to hear it. Borrow money, no, not at all. Instead, I even see people today who are doing some petty business anyway, and they are doing a job. They are saving money, and I begin to wonder what really is your plan? Their plan is they keep saving the money so that they use it in order to get something. That thing that they've been planning. You can get it in other ways. You don't have to save until you acquire that. And like you said, this is what we're here to talk about. Simpler ways by which you can use in order to get yourself moving fast in order to arrive at where you're going. Should continue?
Continue, continue. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I, well, I think my journey, my journey, more like started in '98 when I started
Wow,
painting.
98.
'98,
Wow, that's a long time.
'98. I stumbled into it, and that was my uh, my first entrance into the real world. Into the real world. I began to pick up vibes of how money works. We go to site, work, we are paid, and then from there I began to see, okay, I remember I remember us going to somewhere around Moshe. We had a site around there. I was with my boss, and then I saw some men on a scaffold. They were painting. These men must be in their 50s, mid 50s, and they were on the scaffold. I remember that thought just crossing my mind immediately and saying, no, I don't want to be 50 and then be climbing a scaffold. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I don't want to be here doing this at 50 at this age. No, you should be have people who are
Sorry, boss. Go on.
that was where I had this brief stint with an insurance firm, and I think that was where I became exposed to books. I started seeing books on Brian Tracy. Um, I think the one that interested me the most was Rich Dad Poor Dad. I also read The Richest Man in Babylon, different stuff like that. And the ideas I saw in Rich Dad Poor Dad, I marked almost all parts of the book. I marked them, but I didn't know how to translate these ideas I was reading from the book into reality. I didn't know, but it did something for me. It exposed me to the power of books. I read books, Robert Kiyosaki. I read about three or four back then, and once in a while, the ideas will keep popping up in my head, popping up in my head. But how to implement them, I didn't know. And all through the while, I was just moving from one side to the other, make money today, and the nature of when you're an artisan, you don't always have jobs all the time. Sometimes you have jobs, sometimes you're broke, you have a lot of money, and then for the next couple of weeks, months, you have nothing again. And I kept thinking all this while, there must be a better way to do this. I don't want to live the rest of my life with all these responsibilities. Um, I won't be sure of how to solve my responsibilities at home. There must be a better way to solve these problems. And I kept thinking, I kept thinking. I remember back then, so there was a newspaper article or so I read that was like encouraging artisans. When you make money from a contract you execute or something, you must find a business to put that money into so that it can, make money for you, such that when you have nothing doing, you will have your business that is still giving you money. You can sustain with that until such a time that you go back to your business or to site or you have any contract. I kept all of this information at the back of my mind, and I kept moving. Not until about after the lockdown, I was fortunate during the lockdown, like 2 weeks before the lockdown, a client of mine called me to come and start a project somewhere in Lekki. So throughout the lockdown, I was just on site and I had money. I was just thinking, what if without this job, how will I have survived? But while I was there, I said, I think this is the time because the project was big. It was big, about 4.5 million. And I said, I think this is the time for me to set up something and then man it, sit, and then grow it no matter how little. I went to one of my neighbors then who I felt okay, we could partner. She told me no, she can't do it. And before I knew what was happening, the money grew and just started going. I was flexing, I was living big. And moreover too, I think in between I tried investing, but I've never really had someone to put me through. What is it? MMM came along. Lo and behold, I plunged into it, and it collected almost 250 of my money. I lost 250 to MMM, and I was like, okay, what next now? Where do I go from here? Since I've lost all my money here. There was another investment that came up again. It's called the billion coin. What is it called now? Like
Crypto?
crypto. Crypto came along, and I saw it online how they were, and I was like, I didn't know the difference between them. And before you knew it, I plunged 450,000 into it. 450,000. Why? Because the money was just lying there in my account. I did not know what to do with it. I plunged it there, and that was it. Sham, it vanished. I tried my hands on what is this other stuff too, um, where they sell shares or blah blah blah.
Stock exchange, stock market.
Stock market, all those things around it. I went to a seminar. You know, I put money into it, and before long, just one day, the share price of the product I placed dropped, and
Where
like
your money was gone.
and my money was gone. I knew no. this wasn't it. There had to be a better way to grow my money. And then um, finally, I said, okay, let me start. I just stood up. I saw a store, the toilet. I went there. I I I called the number on it. The voice on the other side answered. I went to meet him. I need that store. He said, okay. I collected the store. Now, what do I do with it? No idea, but I just got it. And then I started storing my materials for painting because I was into paint making also. I started storing everything there and was locking it, just locking it. And then when I have a job, I'll go there, I'll open, and then I'll go execute the job, come back with my the rest of the materials, dump it there. At a point, I had materials of about 700,000 in the store. Nothing. It was just there, lying fallow. It was finally I said, okay, let me try my hands on something else. I went to buy chemicals for making liquid soap. I brought it in, and I felt okay, this will go. But I started observing changes in the way I was thinking. It was as if all those things I was reading all this while was now coming to life. I tried selling chemicals. I became more observant of my environment, and I told myself, no, I don't think this is the business that is necessary for this particular location I find myself. And that was how I looked around it and I said, okay, what did I want to do before? Grocery business. I think now is the time. The little money that was left on me, I used it. I bought some items, and that was how I found myself
In the grocery business.
in the grocery business. That is why I said earlier that the whole process of doing business, the whole process of making money is one that humbles you. There were times, um, there were products I had on the shelf that almost expired, that we had to consume them at home because it was more like a trial and error game. But I was beginning to understand how to feel the pulse of the market. What do people actually need? It's not just going to gather stuff and put it there and just think people will walk up to you and say, hey, give me that. I began to understand the thought patterns of people, how they will come and ask for a particular product. I said, okay, this one that is moving, I think I should get more of it. And then when they come, someone else will come next time. Okay, one, two people, three, four. Okay, I think it's time to get that product. And that was how little by little by little I kept understanding. And funny enough, you stock that product that you feel people are now asking for, and then the next moment they've drifted to another product, and that one will be lying there and like, yeah, where's my money? How do I dispose this? Who do I sell it off to?
Okay, Mr. Jacob. Yeah. Um, Now, at this point, did you have money for the business?
Did I have money for the business? Um, I sold off the chemicals. I sold them off. I had a car that I bought then that I used to carry materials to the site. I bought a new engine, blah 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 blah. It wasn't working. I auctioned it off. I auctioned it, and then the money I brought it into the business. It was later I got to understand why that initial process was important. Um, I remember when I felt the business was now moving and I needed to get some products. I met a customer who had now become a friend, and I told him, please, I need you to borrow me some money. He said he doesn't borrow people money. I don't borrow people money. I was like, I wanted to feel bad. I felt angry. Like I've been here for like a year more. You've known me, and you're saying you can't borrow me money. I was having that conversation inside, but I kept calm. He said he can only part with just 10,000 naira. He gave me, and I thanked him very much. And I went back home. I wanted to get angry. I said, no, there must be another way of me getting this money. And I started to think. I started to think. Then an idea in one of the books that I was reading.
Which book? Which book?
That's Retire Young, Retire Rich
By.
Robert Kiyosaki.
Okay.
Robert Kiyosaki. That was where he now talked about the power of leverage. I keyed into the word, the power of leverage. And then he also talked about using other people's money, OPM. And I remember holding on to that word. He also said, your money, your personal money cannot power your dreams. That you need other people's money in order to pursue that dream that you have. I sat back and then I continued reading. It got to a point to talk about loans. I stood up. When I got to that point, after going through it, I thought long and hard. It wasn't difficult. I went to get some information from one woman who used to loan people money. And then from there, she called someone for me. The person came from the microfinance bank. And that was how my journey started. My real journey started. He came, he looked at everything, he brought out forms. I said, I need so and so amount. Okay? He took everything, the details, went back to the office. And then some few days later, they called us over. I went with one of my guarantors. And then they gave us money. I said, just like that. So it means these things that I'm reading, they're true. Okay? After some time again, the next month, I went to another microfinance bank. I just locked the store and then I walked to another microfinance bank. And I told them, I need money. What do you do? I have a grocery store. Okay, we would like to see it. The first batch of them, they came, they looked at it. Okay? And then they went back. Later, they sent one of their managers. He came in an official car. He was driven. He was at the back. He got to my store. He came down. Yes, you want to get our money for what purpose? I told him. He asked me, what do you have in your store? How much is it worth? I told him. He said it's not possible. He looked wrong.
Okay. Now about that really. You see, did you just like were you just doing every day to day, or you actually had books to show?
I was coming to that
Okay.
because he was like, all this stuff you have, are you sure it's up to that amount? I said, please hold on. I just went because 2 months or so before then, we've actually taken stock of everything. I just went there, opened my books. I showed him the figure.
So you showed him your inventory, everything, sales records, everything.
Everything. That one was different. I just showed him this last stock I took, like the two last ones I took. He looked at them, he saw the figure, he saw how I arranged everything. He just pulled out a form. He started filling it, and then he told me, sign here, sign here. He went back, they called us a few days later, and then we went to the microfinance bank, and they gave me money.
Okay. Guys, you've been listening to Mr. Jacob here, and we're talking about debt and how to use debt to leverage. Leverage, that's the word, leverage. But before we get everything, before we hear everything, we'll take a quick break from our sponsors. We'll be right back in a few seconds. So just wait around there. In a very short jiffy, you're going to come back and hear the remaining part of the story and how you can also leverage on your business or on anything you're actually doing. Okay, so Mr. Jacob, we're having a beautiful time with you. A very, very beautiful time. Let's just take this quick break and
Introducing Vimy honey straight from the bees. No additives, no preservatives, 100% quality honey. To place your orders, call or WhatsApp on 08065401612. Vimy cares.
Get the best deals on all items on Spree.Africa. Shop now.
okay, guys, we're back. We just had to take that brief break from our sponsors, Be My Honey and Spree Africa. Okay, so we're talking here about leverage and leveraging on debt. Okay, when we're talking about debt, we're trying to narrow it down like, okay, this depth of a thing, how do we use it? Okay, and we've gotten to the point with Mr. Jacob here where he was talking about actually having numbers, because that is one very important thing we always need to have when it comes to our business, having numbers. Okay, so Mr. Jacob, you can continue and keep them the whole gist.
Okay. Where you guys go?
Yeah, the numbers.
Okay. Um.
Then you were given the form to fill.
Yeah. He filled the form. He just picked it. Um. Um. And then he told me to countersign. So I signed. And then some few days later, we were called upon. And then they gave us money, 200,000 naira. I came back. I was like, this easy, just like that. When I now started telling people that I got money for the business, they gave me a loan. Some were like surprised. It's a lie. It's not true. You mean you just went there and they gave you money? You must have had an account with them. You mean you weren't contributing anything? I said no. I didn't contribute anything. I didn't open an account with them. In fact, it's the money that they gave me that they opened an account with. And you know, even and that is why I said it's not even an information that you hold, that you keep to yourself. That's why I said the whole process of making money is one that humbles you, because I'm like trying to use this information to help people around me. We get to talk about it all the time, and one has to have a vehicle, an investment vehicle that will carry you. Now, you asked me earlier, did I start the business with my money? Maybe in my case, I started with some money. It would have been a bit tricky if, like, I had nothing and then I went to to them to say I want to get it. To do what? To just get our money. Yeah, I have this idea that I want to do, that I want to put the money into. But no, I started with my own funds, the little funds I had. And
Exactly the word I want to get into.
I think it's very fundamental. You have that big idea. It's going to cost so much money to do. How much do you have? Have you started with that amount that you have? Oh, it's not enough. I want to gather it. No, the little you have, start with it. So that when you're going to seek help from financial institutions, even it got to a point when I'm discussing with my friends, I tell them that if you have 500,000 and the bank, as in you have 500,000 or 1 million or any amount that you want to give to me without zero interest, and the microfinance bank or a bank is offering me that same amount with some interest, I'll take that one from the bank. And they will ask me why. I said, I'm building my credit score with the banks. And my name is beginning to reflect across different institutions that at the touch of a button, when you come to them, they'll just key it in, they highlight it, and all your financial transactions over the years will pop up. And then most importantly, I must mention honesty,
Financial integrity.
financial integrity. Um, that's why I said this whole process going into business, I think is one of the best things that I've done in recent times. Let me digress a bit. I called upon two people. I'll mention my neighbor. My neighbor. I went like, okay, um, I need him to be like a guarantor. I came to discover that he was owing more than about 500,000 naira. He had borrowed from different places. They told me I can't use them. You mean over the years you borrowed from different institutions and you refused paying back and you felt you are good, you are okay? I just left him. I went to someone else and then someone else did it for me. As in, how can you go and borrow money without knowing what to use the money for? You borrow money and then you, without using it for business. Now, how do you intend paying back?
Okay, so you're saying it's wrong to borrow money to buy a TV you want to watch in your house.
Why would you buy a TV?
Okay.
I have a TV at home which I don't even watch again.
No, but some people like TV, like they're football fans, movie. So it's wrong. What's that called? What's that? What kind of that kind of debt? What's it called really?
Oh, it's called a bad debt.
Okay, bad debt. So how many types of debts do we have?
Two.
What type?
Good
And
and bad debt.
okay, so what? Which one is good? Which one is bad?
The one that you borrow money and then use it to form a burden or liability on yourself. And
Okay.
then the one that you invest the money and it gives you return.
So which one is good? Which one is bad? You just said it together. Which one is bad really?
The one that is a liability, like you use it to buy a television.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think the television is not the problem.
Okay.
Like you buy a television and you commercialize it, like you are using it to play video games, and you're for people and you're getting money. You're making money from that television because you've invested in the television.
Okay.
Like when you now buy a television, you put it at home so that you and your family can be watching, and it's not giving you any returns. That is a bad investment. It's a bad debt. You, as in the investment, that television will not generate the money that you use
To pay back.
pay back, because you now have to go outside of that money to source money elsewhere, maybe from your salary. Because for anyone to do that, I believe is a salaried person.
Okay.
So he will get money from his salary and then he'll be paying back.
Okay. So good debt. Who pays it back?
The business pays it back.
The business. The business. Who is the business? Who is this business?
The business pays it back. The investment pays it back.
Okay. So you put money into it and the business pays it back. How?
From the income, the profits,
From the customers.
the people.
So the people are paying you back.
They are
So it
paying back.
means your debt, you're not the one paying it back.
I'm not the one paying it back.
Jesus Christ of Ndimele. Wait. It means your own debt, you're not the one paying it back.
I don't. All I do now is I come out each day and I collect money from people
To pay back the debt.
to pay back their money that I collected.
Okay, so it means people are growing your business for you, right?
They are growing it.
Like you are building a business, but other people's money you get from the customers are paying back.
They are paying it. I collected their money. I went to the bank because they carry their money, they take it to the bank
To save.
to save.
Okay.
I went there to collect it.
And they
And then they
drove
still come.
private car to come and give you the money.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes. And then the customers that kept the money in the bank
Okay.
come back to my store and then they still pay the profit or they pay back this thing.
Okay, so
No.
with good debt, so with good debt, the products, the procedures, the business pays back.
The business pays.
But with bad debt, you pay from your pocket.
You pay. You pay from your pocket. Yesterday was it one of Robert's video that I saw? He said
Robert Kiyosaki.
Robert Kiyosaki.
Okay.
He said only lazy people invest with their money. I understood him. If you don't do business, you won't understand that statement. Only lazy people, mentally lazy people. It's a harsh way to put it, but when I heard him say it, I knew it was the truth. People sit back, they keep on saving money for that business that they want to start. That little that you have, start with it. And I must also mention the investment vehicle you choose matters a lot. The investment vehicle you choose matters a lot. It will determine if you will get to your destination on time, maybe you will get there late. All
When
this
you
one.
say investment vehicle, what do you mean?
Investment is a vehicle. All this
If you said investment vehicle, what does that mean?
one.
Please break it down for our viewers.
Investment vehicle,
The type of business you choose to get
the
into.
type of business you choose to get into. At the back of everyone's mind, we want to make it.
Okay.
So, like everyone wants to be comfortable, we want to be rich. You ask anybody on the street, I want to be rich. Now, when you register that in your mind, you now choose an investment vehicle. How do I want to get it? I must go to school, get that degree,
Okay.
get that degree,
Go on.
get that degree, get a job, and then from there, start making money. You've gone to school all those years, you are not earning any money, and then it's a slow process. You go to school, you waste time, and then eventually you come out, you get a job if you're fortunate immediately, and then you start working, and then after some time, after some years, you retire, and then your standard
Of
that-
living.
of living drops because you had money at your disposal that you were using to finance it, but you can't finance it.
So are you telling me that with debt now, building a business on debt, the customers pay you, it means you can retire rich?
This is it.
Okay.
This is it. You pay back one. The
Okay.
first one, you pay back the first one.
Mhm.
They now believe in you that this man is honest. He knows what he's doing. You go back to them. They give you a bigger amount.
Okay.
That is now the power of what is it called? The power of compounding.
Compounded interest.
Yeah, compounding interest, not simple interest. Compounding interest. You go back, they give you a bigger amount. You put it into your business,
Okay.
and then your business becomes bigger than when you started. And then you finish that process also. You go back, you request for a bigger amount, they give you, and before you know, you are growing. Your business starts growing.
But what is even more interesting to me is that You're growing, but people are the one paying the money that you're using to pay back.
I, it will get to a point. I want to open a bigger store, and all I'll need to do is walk up to the bank and tell them I need 20 million.
20 million.
I need 20 million.
And they will give you based on,
Over time,
okay,
I've been doing business, I've been collecting money from them and then paying back.
okay.
Okay, this man is serious. He knows what he's doing. Give me 20 million. Are you sure you need 20 million? Yes. With that 20 million, I'll get a store. I'll fill it up with goods. Fill it up with goods. People start paying for the loan.
Okay, one thing. Sorry, have they ever asked for your graduating certificate since when you started getting money from the banks, your BSc or MSc or HND or when? Have you ever requested any of that for you?
I don't think making money doesn't require all those
Intricacies.
intricacies.
Okay, no, I'm asking you personally, like all the while, have they ever told you to bring your school certificate?
For what purpose? They don't need that. The manager that came from the bank, he wanted to see what stock I had.
So
He
your
didn't ask-
business is the certificate,
It is
and your bank statement, your financial statement is your own certificate when it comes
my
to
results.
business.
Yeah, that is
It's
it.
your result. It's your scorecard.
My scorecard. That's the word. My scorecard. How I am doing in the business. Now you look at the Igbo man. The
Okay.
Igbo man didn't go to school, but he has one, two, three. In fact, Anambra State uh, churns out has the largest number of millionaires and billionaires in Nigeria today. Now you them, they did not go to school. They did not acquire any degree. All they needed was go and learn how to do the business, and then from there they picked it up, and then they expand on it. Business, there's no need for all of this. There's no
Okay.
need for all
Okay.
of that.
Okay. Thank you very much. We've been learning so much from Mr. Jacob here. Okay, I would now tell my manager, in fact, my oga at the top here, my moderator to please post the link for people to join if they want to join. At this point, if you want to join the conversation, if you want to join the screen, if you want to understand more about this debt, because look, the rich use debt as a vehicle to get to their destination. Every rich person you know knows how to use debt, and as we've learned already, we have good debt, we have bad debt, and it depends on what you use your debt for. So you will not come to me and tell me that I'm in debt and I don't know how to pay, or I don't know this thing. But let me ask a brief question. Sorry, is there a possibility that you can take good debt for a business and it goes south? Is there a possibility?
Of course, there is always that possibility that all things being equal, even when you are very careful, policies can change. Government policies can change. Um, Take for instance, I learned that universities are down. Now imagine someone who thought that school is going to open by February has gone, has requested. There are canteens in school.
Yeah.
Okay, the person buys tomato, rice, goes to the bank, tomato, collects a loan, tomato, rice, buy meat,
Not oil.
fish, granite oil, and then keeps that school is going to start tomorrow, Monday. And then this night, ASU goes on strike. What happens to those things? She can't return them. He can't return them. They'll be there. She'll be hoping that okay, maybe school will open before the weekend. And here we are. How many months
Down the line.
down the line? All those things will go bad, and then the person all of a sudden has become a good a good debt have gone bad. There's
Okay.
a possibility that such will happen.
Okay, thank you very much. Um, um, Thanks, guys, for being here. Thanks, everyone who has joined here. Edafe, Cynthia, Mr. Handeman, Healthy V, my honorable moderator. Thank you very much. I will just take a brief commercial for our sponsors because they're the reason why we're here. And if you'd also love to sponsor us, if you'd also love to show us love, you can simply super chat us or send us a super sticker, just the dollar sign there on your chat there, or you send us naira or dollar to our GT account to receive it with thanks. Thank you very much in advance. So we'll just take a brief, quick break, and we'll be right back.
On all items on Spree.Africa. Shop now.
Introducing My Honey straight from the bees. No additives, no preservatives, 100% quality honey. To place your orders, call or WhatsApp on 08065401612. My Cares.
Get the best deals on all items on Spree.Africa. Shop now.
Introducing My Honey straight from the bees. No additives, no preservatives, 100% quality honey.
Okay, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you very much for joining the show today. Thank you very much, Mr. Jacob. Thank you very much for coming here to grace the show today. It's been very lovely to have you here. It's been very lovely to have you here, and we've learned so much today. We've learned so much. I personally understand more about debt and how to use debt to finance business and achieve our dreams and ambitions and becoming bigger. So someday I can have the next Dangote sitting beside me here.
It's becoming real, more real by the day. And moreover, I branched out. Branch out.
You branched out.
I branched out, not branch out.
Okay. So we've come to the segment here where we'll be doing our giveaway, and yippee. Today we'll not only be doing watch hour, we'll also be doing subscribers. Today we'll be doing both watch hour and subscribers. So I would like to first announce the winner, the winner of the first watch hour or subscriber, whichever she chooses. Miriam Adeola. Miriam Adeola was the first person to win by watching the focus video and being the first to comment after I posted it for the live stream. So Miriam Adeola, you choose between 100 subscribers or 100 watch hours. You're going to choose in between them. Okay. Now for the first question, okay, my co-host here, Mr. Jacob, is going to take the first question. Okay, Mr. Jacob, first question goes to you.
The one highlighted.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many types of I want to assume is debts
Yes,
do
sir.
we have?
Okay.
Yeah. How many types of debt do we have? And name them.
Okay. 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 So yeah, that's the first question. How many types of debt do we have, and name them? Okay. How many type of debts do we have? Name them. Um, Moderator, please post the question. The first person to answer it chooses in between 100 subscribers or 100 watch hour. We talked about the types of debt here. So how many types of debt do we have? Name them. We have just 1 minute for this question and the question zooms off. So I'm waiting for the answers. Waiting, 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 waiting. How many types of debt do we have? And name them. How many types of debts do we have? Name them. Okay, Mr. Handyman TV just answer the question. Okay, Mr. Handyman TV, two types of debt. He said two good and bad debt. Okay, so Mr. Handyman, please let us know which you want. Okay, and in fact, I will not give this to Mr. Handyman because Mr. Handyman is actually a YouTube promoter himself. So how will I give a YouTube promoter the Mr. Handyman? In fact, you are exempted from answering the questions. Okay, let somebody else answer it. He is a YouTube promoter. I will not, no, I'm not doing this one, please. So we'll just move to the next question. Let me ask the next question. I'm going to be asking the next question. Okay, now the next question is, what is the name of our co-host company or brand? And in fact, in a few minutes ago, he even mentioned it. Okay, what is the name of our co-host brand? Where is everybody here? Answer, 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 answer. What is the name of our co-host's brand? Where is Cynthia? Where is Trisha? Where is everybody here? Cynthia, where are you? Trisha, where are you? Everybody here, where are you people? What is the name of our co-host brand? Okay, in the next 10 seconds, I'm taking that out. So nobody wants to win watch hour and subscribers today. Which one be no job? Mr. Handyman, which one is no job? The name of our co-host brand. Mr. Handyman, please don't answer it though. Thank you. Okay. So I will skip that question now. I'll skip the question now and we'll move to the next question since nobody could answer it. I'll skip the question to the next question. Okay. So my co-host ask the next question.
Okay, it says he's taking a loan for a personal television good or bad debt.
Okay.
He's taking a loan for a personal television, a good or bad debt.
Okay. The question is on the screen. Is taking a loan for a personal television a good or bad debt? Moderator, is taking a loan for a personal television a good or bad debt? Nobody is answering questions today. Wow. So nobody is winning watch hour and subscribers today. Okay. Okay, that question is gone. And that brings us to the end of our Q&A session. That brings us to the end of our Q&A session. So, Mr. Handyman, sorry. I don't know. You are the one answering the question. Give yourself the watch hour and the subscriber. Give it to yourself, Mr. Handyman. Give it to yourself. Welcome. Well done, sir. Okay, and that brings us to the end of our quiz today. Thanks, guys, for joining. It's been a pleasure, and thank you very much, Mr. Jacob, for being our co-host for today and educating us more on the power of leverage on debt, the power of using debt as a leverage. Thank you very much.
It's really a wide topic.
Yes, it is. We would have more topics that will bring you on. We would really love to have you on here on another topic. And guys, please subscribe to my membership for just 600 naira, so that just in case it's coming back and it's going to be for subscribers only, you wouldn't miss it. You wouldn't miss out. Okay. So on behalf of Vimai Honey, we have this bottle of honey for you, sir. Thank you for coming on behalf of Vimai Honey.
Like, seriously?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much on behalf of Vimai Honey, our sponsors, our able sponsors for Be the True Rich. This is a big thank you to you, sir.
I'm so grateful. Thank you very much.
All right. So thanks, guys, for joining in. Thanks, guys, for making this another remarkable session on Be the True Rich. And like I always say, learn to be rich and not look rich. Okay. And if you like to grow your subscribers and your watch hour, please contact me on the number on the screen to grow your watch hour and your subscribers on YouTube. Okay. Thank you all for your time. Thank you for one precious hour of your time. Today has been a lovely day and we've learned a whole lot. Thank you, guys, and thank you, Mr. Jacob, for coming on the show. Okay. So until next week, guys, watch out for the banners for next week. We're going to be having another exciting topic next week, and of course, it's going to be wow. It's going to be interesting. Okay. Thank you. See you guys next week. And a big thank you to our sponsors, Spree Africa and Vimai Honey. Thank you.